told you, ladies and gentlemen, we have a radio star with us tonight. His name is Papa Keith, and I'm sure you know him. And hello, welcome, Papa Keith.
Thank you so much. Glad to be here with you. I appreciate the opportunity.
We know the name Papa Keith, and you had to run for a campaign for me to know that your name is Keith Walcott.
Yes, indeed.
Okay, I was so surprised to see your sign in the street. Say, is that Papa Keith?
Yes.
In politics? I mean, what's going on? But I was very happy at the same time.
Wow.
Because I know good things about you. Your friend Nikki Mix is telling me very good things about you all the time. So you're going to tell us more about you tonight. How did that start? I mean, you were on radio, you are hosting Papa Keith Live.
Yes, on 103.5 The Beat.
Exactly. For how long have you been hosting that show?
Well, I've been on the radio collectively for over 30 years. I started off in underground radio.
You're not that young. Wow. Okay, now you.
And then I moved to mainstream radio. I was on 99 Gems, and I went to 103.5 The Beat. Went back to 99 Gems, and then I'm back at 103.5 The Beat for the last 10 years now. Both stations are hip-hop stations, but they belong to two different parent companies. Yeah.
So you've been on radio for 30 years, and what started that new adventure that suddenly we see you on politics, in politics?
Right.
Tell me your story.
Well, about 10 years ago, when things were going really good for me on the radio, I started to like acquire things, right? So I got a home, I got a car, you know, and I thought this was what life was supposed to be. You work hard and you get these things. You
enjoy life.
And you enjoy life. But I felt this emptiness inside, and I couldn't understand like why, like what's going on with me. And I got involved with the election 8 years ago with Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump.
Okay.
And during that time, an organization called Florida Majority had invited me to host a rally. I've never hosted a rally before. I only voted for Barack Obama twice because he was black. I was not involved in
politics at all.
In democracy, right? And after doing that event, I felt something.
Okay.
You know, and then
you had the call.
Yeah, I had the call. I felt something, and then I started going out to more and more and more events. Shortly after, the Democratic Party picked me up to host all of their events that they would do in South Florida. So I got a chance to interview Barack Obama, bring him on stage, Hillary Clinton, Cory Booker, all the big Dems, you know, back for that election 8 years ago. And after that election, and it didn't go in Hillary's favor, everyone disappeared. And I was like, well, what do we do now? You know, I was like, what's going on now? And a good friend of mine and mentor, Senator Dwight Bullard, said, hey, listen, these people have been working very hard all of these years, and now they have to find jobs and figure out their lives. So I wanted to take that energy and put it into something. So I formulated a nonprofit called Papa Keith for People Matter. So I used my radio platform.
In which year was that?
This was in 2016 was the election.
Okay.
Yeah, I believe 2016 was the election. So in 2017, I launched this and started to use my platform on the radio to bring out entrepreneurs to talk about their businesses, to talk about community activists and what they're doing in the community. So
you have very cool bosses if they allow you to talk about your nonprofit. Of course, it's a nonprofit. That would have been cheap from them not to let you speak about it, but it's still very good.
I think they were impressed that I was able to go through that political system and not lose any of my followers.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Right. So they allowed me to continue with that, and I did appreciate and still do appreciate it to this day. So from that point on, I just went all in. I started People Matter Festival. I started to bring people on and do pop-up events, and everything that I do would be community-based, from turkey giveaways to food drives to toy giveaways, no more parties. Everything was about community, and that was filling that hole that I felt in my heart.
Oh, that's a beautiful story. But tell me, loving politics, having received the call, is that enough to understand the system? Did you learn about the system as well? What is the role of a commissioner, for example?
Well, for me, what really led me to that is that my frustration of working with a lot of of politicians over the 8 years with many different municipalities from West Palm Beach down to Florida City. I would work with these politicians in their communities to bring different resources and to bring my events there. And in working with them, I would get frustrated that we would start something, because I really advocate for the youth. We would start something, and then every 2 to 4 years, I would have to work with a different politician
Yes,
or a different
exactly.
group. And sometimes I'd have to start all over, or have to explain myself. And this consistency, killing that for the youth is not good.
Okay.
So a few years ago, a friend of mine said, if you really want to make the change that you're seeking, you're going to have to do it from within, and you're going to have to do it with policy. So after that conversation, I wasn't excited to go into politics at all. I was actually nervous, like I don't want to give up my life, are they going to scrutinize me and all these different things. But as I sat with it and continued to do the work I was doing in the community, I realized more and more that I have to be the change that I'm looking to really make, and I'm going to have to not be scared, and I'm going to have to, jump into it. So last year I started a nonprofit called Just Vote Period to get
another one.
Yes,
okay.
To get our youth involved with democracy in the voting process. Because most
and
of
the first one is doing what with the youth again? The first nonprofit that you opened?
It was more of an umbrella to do many different activities that I was doing. So I would be a part of food giveaways, football camps, many different things I would lend myself to. I would partner with other organizations.
But this one is about?
This one was specifically about voting and democracy and getting our youth involved with the voting process, making it cool.
And did it work?
It did.
You had a lot of young people registering for
30% growth.
30% growth?
30% growth in just this last election that happened in November.
Wow.
Yeah, so we were very proud of that. I was on MSNBC, I was on local news here in South Florida. It was very exciting. And then after that, I almost didn't run because of that, because I wanted to finish my work with that. And then after the election, I sat back and I said, it's time.
It's time.
Yes.
So we are very happy that you're in, because I believe that we need less politicians and more
public servants,
people with a heart to help us, to help the community, to help us grow.
Well, that's what I'm running
for
on.
Everything. And
I don't want to be considered a politician at all.
No, we don't want that.
Yeah.
It's about time we change things.
Yes.
But tell me, so now you understand the system and all the policies, how to work with them, how to vote. You understand everything.
I understand a lot and enough to involve myself. I would not take this leap and this opportunity to help the community in Miramar without properly understanding the process. So I'm definitely prepared to do the work. And what brought me to Miramar, because a lot of people said, oh, with your name recognition, maybe you should run for mayor and the county and stuff like that. But I'm a true student of the game. So I wanted to start. To be quite honest with you, I didn't even know if I was going to like it or not, to be honest with you.
Really?
I spent so many years being loved by everyone as a radio personality. It's kind of scary.
And with politics, you can have enemies.
Exactly. So
you're not scared of that?
No,
at all?
Not at all.
To have enemies,
not at all.
people from other parties
because
that would dislike you?
I'm going into it with a good heart. And anybody who's going to be an enemy of mine wants to do bad.
But are you ready to work with Republicans, independents, everybody?
I'm ready to work with anybody who's going to do for the people.
Good. I love it. I love it.
Because that's what I'm fighting for, and that's what I'm doing this for, you know? Because the city of Miramar is where I first came as an adult and settled 32 years ago here in South Florida.
Oh, you've been living here in Miramar for 32 years?
So I bounced around to different places, but I started in Miramar.
Okay, but now you live in Miramar.
And now I live in Miramar. Yeah, so that's the biggest thing. Ladies and gentlemen, I live in Miramar. I would not be able to run for commission, and it wouldn't allow me to run for commission if I did not live in Miramar.
Yes, of course.
So I have a 30-plus year history with Miramar, but I also do live in Miramar. And I love the city, and I've watched it grow over the years.
Yes, there's a big difference between the Miramar that we see now and the one from 15 years ago.
Yes.
Which is normal.
Or even the one from 30 years ago when I first came, there was nothing past.
I was not here yet, in this country yet, do you see?
There was nothing past Palm. It was all cow pastures.
Oh my God.
Yes.
Some people believe that you're Haitian. Other people say, no, he's Jamaican.
Right.
So tell us about your family. I guess you were born here.
Yes, so I was born in Brooklyn, New York.
Oh, New York guy.
Right, New York guy, right?
New York guy.
My parents are from Trinidad and Tobago.
Okay.
And the reason
So Trini boy.
Trini boy. So the reason people believe that I'm either Haitian or Jamaican is that they're more prevalent here in South Florida.
Okay.
But through my years of entertaining in South Florida, I have connected specifically
With the
Jamaicans
Haitian
and Haitian
community and the
community.
Jamaican
You know what I
community.
mean? Because they're the ones who embrace me the most, even more than my own Trini people who I love. The Haitians and Jamaicans have really, uplifted me and given me so many opportunities here in South Florida. So I have an ode to them.
Okay.
So I'm always at the Haitian Compa Festival hosting.
You're
I'm always
everywhere.
at
That's
a
why
Jamaican
people thought
event.
that you were
Yeah.
Haitian. It's like, he's Haitian, you were born here, that's why he doesn't speak Creole. But he's Haitian. I said, I'm not sure, let's ask him.
No parle Creole.
No parle Creole. Wow, you know the right words.
Yes, but I mean, I learned from my Haitian brothers and sisters. I learned from
What did you learn from us?
Frankie
What do you
Mix-a-Lot.
know about us?
From Frankie Mix-a-Lot, I said, listen, I want to talk to my Haitian people when I am hosting events. I don't want to leave them out. And years ago, and I know it's changed over the years, he said, then say this to them, tout haïtien rele amwe. And I've been using that, until more lately. Last year at the Haitian Compa Festival, it's like, no, Papa Keith, we don't say that anymore.
But please translate it for our viewers, those who cannot speak Creole.
So that means all my Haitian people make some noise. I'm way, and then
Exactly.
they'll say I'm
But
way.
what is the new word? What do they say right now?
Oh man, I didn't
What
learn
are
it.
the new words?
I didn't learn it properly, but they told me at the Haitian Compa Festival, and I tried it, but I didn't memorize it.
Okay, so we have to fix that just after the
Yes,
show.
yes.
You won't have time for a Compa Festival and any other events. You're going to be very busy as a commissioner.
I will be, but I'm going to make time for the Compa Festival because I'm not turning my back on my people. I'm still going to be a radio personality as a commissioner. A lot of things people don't understand about being a commissioner, at least in the city of Miramar. It's a part-time job.
It is.
So when you see a commissioner treating it as a full-time job, it should be a red flag.
Yes, it is. Definitely.
So
a red flag.
I'm going to keep my job on the radio. As a matter of fact,
They don't have a problem with that at all.
no, they embrace it. They love it. They've been so supportive. I want to thank them as well. My whole family at 103.5 The Beat and my iHeart family, they've been very supportive. And so I'll be back there the day after election on the 12th of March, because election day is the
To
11th.
celebrate?
Hopefully, yes.
Hopefully.
Hopefully, yes. That'll be amazing.
But let's say that you would not win. Will you still stay in the game and try again another time?
Absolutely. I don't give up. I don't give up. You know what's the other part of this for me? It's not just for what I want to do for the people. There are a lot of youth that I mentor and that I'm engaged with that are watching me right now. So my campaign, if you're paying attention to it, it's positive, it's clean, and I move with integrity because I want the kids to see that. I don't do anything negative at all to try to win votes or anything like that. If I don't do it the right way, if I have to lose, no problem.
If elected, what would you change in Miramar?
Oh, quite a few things. I think that the taxpayers in Miramar experience tax hikes every year. Every year, but you don't see the results for it. What happens is that, I'm not trying to put your business out there, but you're a resident of Miramar,
Speak the truth.
right?
Go ahead.
When you are living West Miramar mostly, it's all gated communities, right? So when you have an issue, you call your homeowners association. You don't really have to deal with the city. The community in East Miramar, they have a different
It's a different
situation.
reality.
Right. They have to call the city of Miramar for everything. So they are higher voters. We find that the voters in West Miramar come out on a low, very low rate
Compared to the
East because
Interesting.
you have less to depend on for the city. But
Okay.
the issue is that once you drive out of your community and you see the beautification, as not the way it should be, when you drive out of the city and you see the traffic backed up and the roads not properly taken care of, then now that is the issue. But you see that your taxes is going up every year and you don't know what you're
We're going
getting
to talk
for
about it much more after the commercial break. We'll be right back.